Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Let's get right into this.
After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
Lana used to be detective? I better have another talk with her. February 24th, Detention Center, Visitors Room. Hey, you came in easy. You did not fight me. She's gonna fight me in the next line, isn't she?
Lana!
Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we?
But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent man might be found guilty.
Believing me, I understand the risk. Lana, Emma told me about you.
Oh.
About how you were a detective 2 years ago. And how the SL9 incident was the reason you, for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on the details, especially about the unusual change of jobs? I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. Okay. You have a right to know, Mr. Wright. I made a pun. I'm in prison. I can do whatever the fuck I want now. A lot of revelations were uncovered at this trial today. Not the least of which was the fact that the case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen. I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be.
That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believe you, Lana. I believe that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth.
I couldn't be helped, Emma. As the trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Well, I'll drama aside. The fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department.
Tell me, it's true, Lana, what the witness, Miss Starr, said? About you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife? Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us?
Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I didn't think I've ever seen Lana so phased before. It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago.
She was amazing.
Damn, she looks even sexier.
They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Grant cracked together.
Chief Grant?
Then he was the vice head of criminal affairs, and
he still worked the crime scene. Damian Grant. He was everything I aspired to be.
They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports were even filled.
Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I was always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was
to gain experience investigating crime scenes, so you could later use the experience in court.
Grant's help in the SL9 case was critical in this resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. Dark investigations. 2 years ago, I was second in command at the detective's investigations. Dark. Second in command? That means the chief detective was no doubt Damian Grant. Yes, Damian Grant and I shared the same office and the same investigations. They even had the same office. We led a team of the best detectives on this force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. It was the first time Officer Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning, and we were desperate for evidence. That was when the last murder took place, when he tried to murder Emma.
Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark.
You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. No, you tell us. The first one at the scene. Detective Grant and Prosecutor Marshall were the ones questioning Dark at that time. The investigation was in its final stages when Dark must have panicked. He waited until Grant and Marshall let down their guards and then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Damien Grant and myself.
That's where he found me.
So you were the first person to run at the scene, Lana? It appears so. I was filling some papers while Grant and Marshall were questioning Dark. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark was incurred a minor concussion and laid unconscious. What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Can't blame her. After all, her sister must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SO9 incident. That's right. Quite a coincidence, I don't buy it.
What are you saying?
There's no way everyone involved in this trial was involved in that incident. It's just by chance.
But the case was solved 2 years ago.
At least one person went to the extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he changed completely.
I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark.
Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Damien Grant and I shared. The office that Mr. Grant now occupies by himself, the chief's office. Maybe we should look at the chief's office, the site of the SO9 murder. Well, let's fucking go there. Chief's office. Can we go to? February 24th, the police department, criminal affairs. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere.
Things seem kind of quiet around here today.
You're right. The head of the department seems the same, though. Why don't we go look for some other person to talk to? Right, we can't. Well, I mean, I didn't think we were staying here. I didn't think. I mean, goddamn. February 24th, police department entrance. Oh, you. Howdy, Bambina.
Oh, Mr. Marshall.
I never thought things turned out this way when I woke up this morning. Que sera Sierra. Que sera Sierra Sierra. Que Sierra Sierra. Sierra? He's saying, que Sierra? What's going on, Sierra? No, I'm just kidding. You never know where your life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I should have known my luck had run dry when old bloody Billy dried up this morning.
Billy?
Must have been his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner.
But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it?
Why do prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I need to know the truth about it, was that one. If there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Well, let's talk to him. I put a flower seed in my mouth to show how Texan I really am. Not him. No, start the trial. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some facts report... God damn it. I hate it when the flower seed chips and it's like, well, fuck me. Why did you do that? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Joe Dark's, all right. But in the initial autopsy report, the question was raised. A question? The blade of the knife was a perfect match with the wounds of the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there's a good chance that the knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report was finally submitted, the possibility had been erased. Wait, what? It was a perfect match, but it wasn't a perfect match? What? Could the facts have been concealed with the forged evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us. The scars of the SO9 incident left behind? I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together.
How old was he? Your brother?
He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day.
The highest honor?
You don't mean King of Prosecutors. Not that again. What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for prosecutors. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother.
The day the SO9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as...
That's right. The same day of the evidence transferal. Interesting. I'm still trying to get the... Wait. I don't usually eat flower seeds. Oh my god, why is this so fucking hard? Oh my god, this shit's for homosexuals. Like, for reals. I'm trying to get the actual little nut inside the seed. Like, what the fuck? It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall, there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. So the case wouldn't deed. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered and the evidence locker was empty. Scars. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. What? Miss Starr was fired and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they had something to do with... if they did something to him, too, that commissioners would have got suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They?
What are you talking about?
Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean, Damian Grant and Lana Sky. Grant and Sky, what did they get? Chief Detective Damian Grant and his second-in-command, Lana Sky. Oh. There wasn't a person on that force who hadn't heard of the Dat duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to prosecutor's office, right? Yeah. Well, Damian Grant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She'd never been the same since she left. Everyone knew she said so. Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was the detective. Now that he mentions it, Emma said something like that too.
Tell me, what happened to my sister?
Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. Lana's secret. It all started 2 years ago. So there you have it. There's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found in that court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. No, he never was. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him the evidence that planned everything. That someone is Damian Grant. I knew that fucking fake-ass Muppet was goddamn behind the shit. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Damn, he just went... I could do that too. No, I can't. I don't want to. Today I won't be around to work with you. Oh, when you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambino. You know what? I think I respect him now. Now that I have the gay-ass flower seeds. Let's move. Where the fuck am I supposed to go? February 24th, prosecutor's office. Underground parking lot. No one's here today. Not even Star. Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where detectives are. But we proved it in court today that there was, that no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case. But instead, it looks like we ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Hang in there, Lana. I gotta find all the answers by tomorrow. I know, right? World dick thing. I guess there. February 24th. High Prosecutor's Office. Oh.
Mr. Edgeworth isn't here.
He's probably fucking crying in his room. Maybe he's being questioned in the inquiry committee. He took a real beating in court today.
Yeah, with Lana admitting to falsifying evidence 2 years ago.
I guess we'll just have to come back later. Are you sure? Fine. We'll go back later. Let's move to the police entrance and then the police department. Oh, God. This one? February 24th, Police Department, Criminal Affairs. This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted.
That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes.
Oh,
if you're looking for the others, they're in the conference room.
Oh my God. Oh, thanks. Wow, he actually talked to us. Oh, that's this dude. With Chief Prosecutor saying that she did what she did and all the decisions, what about what to do? Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention, our statement Not to mention our statement to the media tomorrow's trial. There's more chaos going on than a Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. Damn. I think festive is a word usually used for those.
Sir, we'd like to have a look at Chief Grant's office.
Just head across the hall to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor.
Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in? I mean, we're not police officers or anything.
Shh. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. Now we see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office.
Let's go. Oh my god. Don't chew flower seeds. We're gonna have to do this in the next episode though. Thank you guys for watching another episode of Phoenix Wright. Why did I have a brain fart? Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Is that the right title? Is that the name of the game? Well, whatever. Please feel free to leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you are new. I will eat some of these flower seeds and I guess enjoy being gay maybe. Besides that, you guys be safe, be sexy, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye! Bye everyone!